Hi everybody, I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb. Welcome to the ARTyRV live stream tonight. We've got people from all over
All over the
tonight.
country, that's right. Welcome everybody. Those of you that have never been here before, we welcome you to our community.
And we've got lots of things going on in the ARTyRV studio. We're building a new studio here at our house, and we're moving into a little bigger location. We're excited about that. And we're going to show you an update tonight, just a small update, and we'll have a video next week for you.
Right.
But
Well, we got a lot of people in the house early tonight. That's awesome. Guys, Ray's in the house tonight. Ray, good to see you, buddy. Hope everything's well.
Gail, I have your bracelet on. I love it. I wear it all the time. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. If you have a question, just put it in the chat and we'll be happy to answer. Ed, do you have some updates from the glass studio?
Well, we did we did our first pattern enlargement in our new studio in the garage this weekend, so that was nice. And I've decided that I'm leaving a wall, especially just for drawing in the new studio, because you know what, it really felt good this weekend to work at home and to be able to have a wall large enough in my garage that I could draw on and get it the way that I wanted those drawings. And it was just really fun. And to be able to run upstairs and say, hey, Barb, you want to come down and take a look at this? Instead of being halfway across town. So we got that. And you guys are slaying it on the World Glass Project. So
Global Glass
the Global
Project.
Glass Project. And so we've gotten several of the y'all's projects in, and we're going to be sharing some of that with you tonight as well. So
we'll share.
And we got the doors completely stripped. You'll see that tonight.
Yeah, we shared 3 of them that came in last week. We got 3 more this week, so we'll share those with you. And
it just seems to be like going bonkers.
yeah, so it should be, and they're really, really cute. Every one of them
yeah.
are very, very adorable.
I feel as if they saved their best for us.
Yeah, they're really coming nice.
Yeah, you guys are gonna just really love the new studio.
So let's see here. We have questions. I saw a question about solder, so I guess we can
there
start
it is,
there.
Cindy. Okay.
What is solder wick?
So Cindy, solder wick is a copper braided,
Excuse me.
braided flat 1/8 of an inch wide copper braiding, and what that does is it attracts the solder. When you put too much solder somewhere and you want to eliminate it, the solder wick is used to eliminate the solder that you've in the place where you have too much solder. You can pull it away with the solder wick. So.
Yeah, it really comes in handy.
It
when
does
you're
come in
working
handy.
on site, having to take a piece of glass out.
Yeah, when you're working on site and doing restoration work, it definitely comes in handy, because you can't always stand the window up to erase the solder, and that solder wick will come in handy more often than not if once you learn how to use it. Yeah.
Kelly wants to know the final size, or what is the final date. The final date is December the 31st. We're extending that a little bit, but we want a lot of it put in by the end of September.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So and
So I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh, by the way, guys, we got our new hats in, and I don't know if I told you about that last week, but we got our new hats in, and I'm wearing green in honor of my forest green hat, and then we got our regular coral colored hats that are real popular too. So we had to restock on those for everybody. So.
And they're on the website now.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So the project is December the 31st, and because we can put the windows in from the front, it'll be backlit, of course. From the front, we can add to it over the months. But hopefully we'll have quite a few.
Yeah,
because
I got a feeling
September.
Yeah, so the cameras are hooked back up at the shop, and now we can tell if we're not there, and we do get a package, we'll run over and pick it up.
Okay. Yes, Kelly, we're looking forward to seeing you as well this weekend, and Paul is here also. Paul, we'll see you this weekend as
Right.
well.
So we have a full class this weekend. Looking forward to it.
And we have, who else is in that class? Someone from in here.
Yeah, they're traveling too to take the class. So everybody's coming into town to take the class. This weekend, we're looking forward to it. And so we're going to learn. We're going to learn how to work on the light box this weekend. And sometimes working on the light box changes people. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, why in the world did I ever do it any other way?" Or sometimes you never know. So we'll see.
Mary Beth says she soldered 23. Did you say 23 pieces?
Oh my gosh, Mary Beth.
Yeah, 23 pieces this weekend.
Way to go.
So she's got how many shows? 2 more shows?
This fall or before the end of September?
8 shows by Christmas.
Oh gosh, Mary Beth, you and Frank are
she
cranking.
might add 2 more.
Better check
We're
with Frank.
out of control. Okay.
You are. Yeah, that's right. You are out of control.
Okay, let's see here. I'm looking for another question. Cheryl has a question. Do you wax lead cane projects like you do copper foil? Do you have a video with tips on how best to wax lead cane?
Well, you don't wax lead cane because it's a completely different process. But we do have some videos about finishing lead. So
Yes.
it's all in the polishing. It's a tremendous amount. Well, it's not really a lot of work. It's no more work than anything else. But what you want to do is follow those directions and following the process of the finishing on the lead windows.
Pauline says, "Hey Ed, why don't you get yourself an intercom in your shop? That way you don't have to run up the stairs to go in.
Well, right
Or
now,
use a child monitor, and that way I can hear everything that goes on in there,
okay.
and I can be at your beck and call."
No, that's not what it was. That's definitely not what it is. I promise you. The coming up and down the stairs this weekend was exercise. It's actually part of my physical therapy. So
Yeah, and we're walking at
Oh, yeah.
least once a day.
yeah, we're walking. I'm walking a quarter of a mile a day. Well, a third of a mile a day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's working. And so, guys, you see that right there?
Yeah, Gail said, "Hit the love and like button, please."
Please do.
Thank you, guys.
That's
Love
right.
you.
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to share some photos with you of the doors for the new studio that are finally completely stripped, and you'll see these doors are gorgeous.
I don't know if
so.
you remember in the last video what they looked like. They were covered with paint. I know that Ray knows what they look like.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Oh, everything's being pressure washed this weekend.
Thursday, yeah.
So the house is going to be
Well, the
super
driveway's
clean, the
getting
outside
cleaned.
anyway.
The garage is getting pressure washed because Taylor and I are getting ready to paint that. And so once we get it painted, then we'll move in the furnishings. So
Yeah, we can't do anything until the floor gets painted, but we're getting there. All right, let's go to some questions.
it's not like we have a crew coming in and doing it overnight
No,
while
we're
we're sleeping and Willie McNally in it, So
Yeah, we're just a one-man show or a
three-man show, 2 man, 1
show.
woman.
How do you determine size of copper foil for a project? And that question's from Noel.
Noel, hey, the most commonly used foil size is 7/32. And what that does is it gives you an even bead on everything. And if you can mix copper foil with lead caming, but you really don't need to be mixing up your copper foils throughout the window. Typically, 7/32 is going to be your best, most common size used on everything. Noel, thanks for tuning in tonight.
Rita, hi. How you doing? I hope everything's going well for you. Rita has a question.
Hey, Rita.
Is there a video showing how to work on the light box?
No, there's not. Well, I don't know. I cut a lot of glass I cut everything on the light box. So There might be. I'd have to. You know what? I'd have to look. But the entire Brookgreen project was cut out on the light box, and I'm sure that
I don't know if it's
they
titled like that.
It might not be titled, cutting on the light box, but
There's a lot of cutting on the light box. It's probably under the lead cane construction. Ray just put a video up on lead cane construction, so it would probably
Thank you, Ray.
be there. And I think that there's a playlist on that. So what you need?
I was looking for something because I was gonna talk a little bit about patterns when we.
Okay.
But I can't find it. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions because I skipped.
But Mary Beth and
reading.
Frank are cranking it out, aren't they?
They
23
are.
pieces.
Well, it's that time of year. It's time to get ready for all the shows.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Rita says we could make the students famous this weekend by filming. Well, if they can agree to it.
Yeah, they have to agree to it, but yeah, we could.
We could. Yeah. That would be good.
Yeah, we could. We'll have to watch your language, though.
Oh, there you go. There is a video cutting on the light box.
Thanks,
The
Ray.
Shorts. Yeah, there's some shorts about it, but
The most important thing about working on the light box, guys and gals, is the fact that when you blacken in your pattern, or what I call blackening it in, and you're using a fine marker, all you have to remember is that either side of that black line is your pattern. One side of the black line is a pattern for this side, and one side of the black line is a pattern for that other piece of glass that's right beside it. So, and I think I think we'll talk a little bit about that during glass chat. I think that just kind of explain about the process. Loka, thank you so much.
thank you, Locob. We sure do appreciate that.
Hang
Can
on
you
a
see that
second
light
here.
in
Let's
the
get
corner
that
up
light.
there?
There it is. It's blinking for you, hon. There it is, right there. Boom, 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 boom. So we have lots of blinking going on in the new studio.
Yeah.
The neighbors might think we got a discotheque going on in there. I don't know. But thank you so much,
Do you have
Loka.
a preferred brand of copper foil, Ed?
Well, right now, I used to like using Venture foil, but it's very hard to get a hold of. So the Ebco is a good foil, and if you can find that, but I prefer whoever it is trying at least, the Ebco would be my favorite right now, and trying at least, and you get blackback Ebco, and if you can, the 7/32. So the blackback to me just seems to stick a lot better, and it's a little bit easier to work with, I think.
Chet wants to know what is the best way to cut zinc cane.
Well, it depends on what you're doing. If you're having to cut miters, Chet, then what you need to do is really have. In my studio, I use a bandsaw. And the bandsaw has like 20 teeth, maybe 30 teeth per inch. They're real close because the metal, the zinc being, a thin metal, you want a lot of teeth in a short area of time so that it can cut it correctly. And the other thing is most people just use zinc on the outside of their windows. And if you're going to do that, the simplest way to do that for your corners is to just use a miter box, get an aluminum miter box and a nice hacksaw with about 40 teeth per inch, and put it in the miter box and just miter your corners that way instead of dragging out a saw and everything. I've always found that if I do miter zinc around something, I use my miter box with a very fine tooth hacksaw blade, and it just looks better.
Rita says you're doing great with rehab. It's all about slow progression, and stairs are more difficult, so you're doing great.
Yeah, I'm going one over the other now. I got graduated from one up to now I'm going over top of each other. Not my respiratory therapist, that's my daughter, but my physical therapist, she's really good, and she's no nonsense, but she graduates me when it's time to graduate, and I like that, and that gives me the ambition to get back and get started. So I have 2 more weeks. I have 2 more visits. I have 1 visit this week, one one landline talk, telecheck next week, and then the boss comes in and signs me out. So I'm 2 more weeks and I'm done. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Okay, everything went. Mary Beth said everything goes easier when they started investing in better quality foil and better quality solder.
Yeah. Well, that's
what
the
you
whole
taught in the
thing.
class.
It's like your tools.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank
Ray
you.
put up a how to miter lead for stained glass video.
Ray,
That'll
thank
have
you.
everything in there. That's right, we did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's another thing, guys. And Mary Beth and Frank, you guys are a testament to it. You can't the tools the things that you buy all the time is what you spend the money on, because those are the things that you use the most of, and they make your job a lot easier. So yeah, spend the money on the Ebco foil. So what if it's $9 a roll versus $6 a roll? But you get a better product. And the same way with solder. Camfield 6040, is really good. White metals is really good. But when you start getting into the other stuff that you don't know about because it's inexpensive, then you end up with a lot of trash in your work, and then you have to clean it up even. So it costs you more money in the long run because it takes you longer to do your process.
Noel would like to know, how do you determine where your lead cane begins and ends on each area piece?
Well, on the lead cane, then we have a lead class that teaches you all of that. And the lead cane, there's a very specific way that you work lead cane. This isn't the place to explain how to miter lead cane and cut it up to the joints.
But Ray just put a
that's what I was going to say.
video
Ray
up.
just put a video up, and that shows you how to miter the joint, how to miter the lead cane, but it also shows you where to begin and where to end. And you
That's exactly the answer.
most people usually cut their lead too short rather than too long. And okay, hon. So my thing is, she probably needs a chicken sucker.
Something.
She needs something. You better go lay down. So, but when most people end up, when they're mitering their lead, they end up cutting it too short. And that's because when they cut the lead for that particular joint, that they've already started it out too short. If you're going to be working with lead, y'all, you need about 1 inch more lead than you think you do, so that you can conform the lead to the glass, and so that it gives you enough on both ends to miter the lead and fit it correctly. Remember, if you got a bunch of loose joints on your lead, when you go to flip your window open, your window does like this when you flip it over. If you got a bunch of tight joints and you go to flip it over, it just flexes a little bit till you get it over and get it down and get it soldered on the other side. But if you got a bunch of big floppy joints, the window's going to be big and floppy, and that's not what you want to do.
Okay.
How's she doing, Barb?
Oh, she's doing all right. She's a mess. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions coming in.
That was a good question, Noel. But you have to be, like I said, when you're doing lead, it's best to watch those videos that we have. And I knew last weekend when you finished up the class that Noel, she had binge watched a lot of our channel that night. So I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well, Noel.
Ray put another lead cane construction video up. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
That's a big help. Yeah, Miss Mary's cute, all right, isn't she? She's adorable.
She's adorable.
She is a mess, but she's been having fun. She's been getting more walks, so we hope she's going to be losing some weight, just like the rest of us.
So now that I'm walking, Barbara's walking even more because she's going with me when I walk. And now Mary's going with us too. So I turned around today, and Miss Mary was running down the road with Taylor coming to get us.
So why don't we go ahead and look at the new submissions for the Global Glass Project. You want to
Okay.
do that?
Okay.
We can do that real quick, and then we'll get some more questions, and then I'll have a chance to make sure I got all the questions.
Barbara, what you did right there for the Global Glass Project is really pretty, and I just
Yeah.
really took a look at that and noticed it. That's gorgeous.
So the Global Glass Project, that's our new project, and it's more than a project. It's a celebration of our community and how we can come together and make something really fabulous. So we've extended the deadline to December 31st. Thank you, Shazray.
Shazray, thank you.
And so we're asking everyone that would like to donate a 10-inch wide by 6.5-inch high stained glass panel from where you're at, from your locality, from your community, whichever you would like to do. Something that tells us about
Where you
you're
live,
from.
or even tells us something about you. That's fine too.
Yeah. And so this week, Shelley Rigby sent this in. It's a delicate arch. It is a iconic landmark in Utah. And for the Global Glass Project, any style is welcome. Traditional, modern, abstract, any style. This one was submitted by Julie Graves. And
This one just came in today, guy.
yeah, we just unpacked it today, and it is pretty. So we'll be getting better photos of these. Plus, you'll see them when they're installed too. We will be showing you.
Well, you'll see the whole
as-
process of it being installed,
Yeah.
because it's a whole video by itself.
Yeah. So it's going to be really pretty. And this was submitted by Tim Corey, and it represents his state,
His which is Illinois.
Illinois. Yes.
Right. So golf and a maple leaf.
So just remember, anything that you want, the panels will be backlit. So any colors, any style, deadline is December 31st.
Yeah. So there's the doors. If you guys remember the previous video, the doors had white paint all over them. They were really crummy looking. So anyway, we are moving. Yeah, Julie, that's good. And so remember what they looked like before, and now we're getting ready to box them in and light them up. So.
We'll be moving those closer together. You know, they're the exact same size. They don't look like they're the same size, but they'll be close together and that's our new live stream desk there.
Yeah, and then so that actually moves a little bit towards us and goes parallel to the wall, and then there'll be another workstation that comes off of that and is in front of the brown door, which is on the left. So
Yeah.
it's really going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
So a little bit more information, and I had that address up for a while, and you can get that also.
Alan, you can use lead in the project if you want to. That's fine. We would prefer to have copper foil, but it doesn't matter. A lead project is fine because I have room for it. The other thing is I want to
That's the finished size.
Yeah, the finished size is 10 by 6.5.
10 inches wide by 6.5 high. Finished.
Yeah, finished size 10 by 6.5. And Miss Mary is being
She's a mess today.
she's a mess today. She's already eaten. She's had a good time. All right.
Oh, what is she doing? I don't know what's going on with her. Let me go get something to calm her
Anyway,
down.
we got her. Let's cut some
And-
glass, Barb. Here we go.
Okay, go cut some
Uh-oh,
glass, and I'm
got
going
my
to calm her
snizzers.
down.
Got my grouses. Let's share a pretty piece of glass with y'all tonight. This one here is gorgeous. This is a Wismac, okay? This is a Wismac here. This is a Wismac 85 W. So it's not a opal. It's not a dense opal because they do make a D. They make 3 different types of this glass here. And so yeah, let me show you. I had a couple questions during the week well, how do you know where to put your square when you're cutting your glass? Well, what I do is I mark everything. So I take my tape measure here like this, and I want to, if I want to cut 1/2 inch strips, I'm just going to lay out. I'm going to lay out my lines like this, and see they're marked. And then I should be able to take this, and then I lay my cutter wheel right in the score there, and then I can go up and score, and then I slide over, lay my cutter wheel in, lay my cutter wheel in. So when I'm doing boxes or I'm doing borders, this is exactly how I do it. I don't wait around and measure each individual little line. There's really no reason to do that. I can just take it, lay it out, score it like that, and just like that. Oh, and see that? I missed it. Happens to me too, guys. Let's flip this around and come back in from the other side. Here we go. There we go. So now where we have this little burr right here, this is what'll get you. And it'll get you a lot of time. But if you take your grousing pliers and put it directly against the score, and you want to pull down, but you want to pull away too, so that it gives you a nice edge. It's like that. And then we'll clean that up. And now we don't have to worry about that, killing you or slicing you up. So let's get this over here. We get a little bit of glass, and we just take our broom, and right into the trash can it goes, guys. Just like that. So you're going to find if those of you that work with Wismac glass, you'll find that it's really a nice glass to work with, and the fact that it's made in the USA just makes it that much nicer anyway. Did you hear that? That just sounded so good. That was my silver snip. And this is going to take this out, and we're just going to run this just like that. This blue glass is so pretty. Whether it's the front side or the back side. Take a look at it. So this is a sky blue, white, and purple, or amethyst. It's really, really pretty. I'll set that over there for a second. Now another glass, that's a Wismac. I don't have a part number for you for this, but I want you to see it so that you can use this. This is great for skies, and it's got clouds running through it. So it's seedy, but it also has clouds running through it. And this particular glass is really dense as far as not being able to hear your score. But also, I want you to hear this, because you won't hear the score, but it's really nice. Here we go. There it goes. Oh, you did hear the score. So we'll take this. This is just again, it's a cloud white seedy. It's beautiful glass. And it is a Wismac, and I'll get a part number for you next week. I'll set this over here and make sure that I get you a part number of it. Wismac makes several different seedies that are really pretty. They make a seedy that's really seedy, that would be comparable to glass that was made for window panes back in the 1700s during the Revolution. And then then you move out of that, and then the next CD is going to be, it's probably going to be like in the 1820s or so, all the way up to about the 1850s. And then they started being able to they were making a different kind of glass, and it was more of a sheet glass at that point, which is where your great uncle was he was a glass cutter, wasn't he?
He was a glass blower.
A glass blower. Didn't one of them go to work
Factory.
as a
There
glass?
was a lot. They did different jobs.
Yeah, they did different jobs. So.
But it was a factory where they made bottles and window glass.
Yeah, window glass.
Yeah.
window glass shop,
Window
which is
glass
really
making.
cool.
Yes.
I would have liked to have seen that process.
Well, you'd have to be.
Very old.
Yeah, we have to travel up to Wismac and see it. All right.
Hey, Paul.
Okay. Do we have any questions? Did any questions come in? Let's see.
Well, hey, Paul, that looks a lot simpler than the Morton custom system.
Yeah,
But
that's
the
what
Morton system is really good for precision cuts. But this, once you learn how to use your square,
You won't go back.
You won't go back. It doesn't compare to it. You're right. It is.
And that Morton system, you slide around on it. It's not the best.
The board is okay, and I understand about slivers dropping through and getting on your hand and all that stuff. But guys, if you'll find a nice solid surface to work off of, and get a $18 brush and just keep it handy and keep a trash can handy, that is like the way to go.
Cheryl wants to know, can those small chips created when using the grozing pliers be used for frit when fusing?
Only with themselves, not with anything else. The guys, fusing glass is all dependent on compatibility. You can't take that Wismac,
No.
that W85, and stick it on the clear glass. You can't do it.
If you're cutting bullseye glass and those little chips and frits will, if you're cutting fusible glass, yes, you can.
Right, but
But
this
if you
isn't.
don't know that it's fusible, then you would be taking a chance of everything cracking.
Right, and really wasting a lot of time because it's really
But
not going
yes,
to work.
you can use that.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
can.
great way to
And
use
if
your
you right,
scraps.
but like Barbara said, keep that in mind. If you're using fusible glass, you're cutting fusible glass, and you're getting fusible glass shards, then they can be used together. Yes, that's really a good question.
Deborah wants to know, if I build the panel to a 6.5 by 10 inch and then I tin the edge to finish, does that make the panel too big?
Well, it makes it turned the wrong way because it needs to be 10 by 6.5. But you can tin it the outside edge. Just don't make it any larger than 10 inches left to right and 6.5 tall.
So just to let y'all know,
There's
professional glass
keyboard.
people,
Your keyboard. What size is your keyboard?
I don't know, but professional glass makers,
Barbara's keyboard. We don't
Art.
need to throw in a bunch of measurements, but that's how you measure.
always the width first. Width first. 10 by 6.5 by height. Always. Always width first.
Right.
So
And
that way you never get mixed up. You never get your orders mixed up over the phone. When you're ordering glass from your glass people, you can always make sure your size is right. 'cause you're
Exactly,
doing
because
it-
if you give them the dimensions, if you give them the wrong dimension first, then the second dimension is wrong too.
Okay. And yes, make the finished size 10 by 6.5
Yeah.
finished.
Finished.
So if you when you do the edge, it adds 1/8 of an inch, which I don't think it does.
It
does
shouldn't. No,
A
it shouldn't.
16?
No, 10 by 6.5. That's all.
Yeah, 10 by 6.5. Just make it that size.
Yep.
I don't know how else to say it.
I don't either. I can go get my drawing on the dining room table. If you next time you get up, grab that drawing on the dining
I
room
think
table. will you?
because don't you usually, if you're going to put it in a frame, you would know what that size is.
Well, when a picture frame is 16 by 20, a picture frame is 12
No,
by
I'm talking
14.
about when they're doing a stained glass, the edge on the stained glass, the edging on the copper foil.
Yeah, you just beat it up a little bit, but it shouldn't change the size of the window.
And if it's not going to be right, just flat solder it. It won't matter.
No, because I'm
You're not
taking
gonna
care of the
see it.
edge work. I'm taking care of the edge work. So.
Yeah, so it won't matter.
But the more important thing is packing it correctly so that it makes it here.
Kelly wants to know what the tolerance for 10 by 6.5 is.
10 by 6.5.
That's the tolerance.
That's the tolerance.
That's the full size. That's the finished size.
That you need to make. I've already taken care of all the deductions. So what I need you guys to make for me, or for us, or for the project for your fellow viewers, is a 10 by 6.5 inch panel, and I'll take care of it.
How
Putting
much
it in
does
the
the
window.
tinning add?
It shouldn't add anything.
Well, it'll add a little
Tinning, yeah, maybe a 64th of an inch.
Yeah, if you just flat tin it, you're not going to add anything
You know,
to it.
yeah,
Don't
because
worry
the
about
edge. Remember, guys, I'm taking care of the edges. I'm getting rid of them for you.
it. He's putting caulk around the edge, so you don't have to worry about what it looks like. It'll be perfect.
I'll take care of it for you.
Okay.
So yeah, Kelly, just make your finished size 10 by 6.5. Any of those sizes will work. And you know, we've gotten, you know, some of the windows there, and they're exactly 10 by 6.5. Some of them are 9 and 15 16ths. That's fine. We can
work.
we can work with that. I'm not going
Don't
to jump up and
stress
down.
too much.
Yeah, please don't stress over it.
You're going to be surprised.
I haven't even
how
made
good it
mine
looks.
yet. I got the pattern done, but I haven't even made mine
We'll
yet.
let you slide, Ed.
Yeah. I got till December. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? Just put them in the chat. It's
Yeah.
so good to see everyone here.
Yeah, that was that Deborah that asked how much does tinning add, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't add very much at all. Not much at all.
I wouldn't worry about it.
So mainly what I'd like you to do is just to tin the outside edge so that it makes the foil rigid and I don't have to worry about it coming off. That's all.
Okay. How about another? You were going to cut an inside corner. Did you plan on doing
I
that
haven't
tonight?
planned on doing it tonight, but I can, I guess.
Okay.
Is that what you want?
That's what you said you were going to do tonight.
That's what you said.
There's
I
a
thought
piece
that's
of
what
green-
you said.
No, we talked about
I'm
it.
pretty
His
sure that's what she
memory
said.
His memory is really. There's a piece of green glass over there that might work good.
You don't even know what color it is.
Maybe not.
That's pretty.
That is pretty.
And then there's a white piece of glass. and a
Cindy
green-
wants to know
No.
on the panel, is the 10 inches going vertical or horizontal?
Come on. Horizontal, guys.
Horizontal.
Horizontal, guys.
Horizontal. 10 inches.
Yeah. So,
Now just think about a patio door turned sideways.
okay. I don't know. Let's try this. Let's see if we can
Okay.
get one of these out. Mary's being a...
Okay, let's change it. Let's do
Okay,
it
here we
closer.
go. I'm green. I got green
Green
on.
glass.
Barbara's got green on. I'm just going to try this. So if y'all, if you do need to ever, which I don't know why you would ever draw anything where you had to take a 90 or at least a close to a 90-degree corner out of a corner, but there is a way to do that, and it's just a simple. It's just a simple little curve in that in the glass itself. Now, if you squeeze real hard, okay, you can see my score right here, and then I'm right here on this. If you squeeze too hard, it's going to go beyond it. Okay, so we heard that. So now my run is right there. See it? I'm gonna start the other side and try and come in a little bit further. I'm just holding underneath of it so that I can feel it when it breaks, but also I can hear it. There it is. Okay, so that one ran almost all the way to the curve. And now I'll try this. We'll try that. And now this requires doing something that I despise, tapping. I despise it. But anyway, it works. And it is another way of cutting glass. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, me. So I'm going to make sure I'm in that curve. And I'm going to come across into the curve. Just like that. Now I heard it pop twice. Now I'm going to take my running pliers. Now, normally I would use them like this, but now this time I'm going to put them over top of it. Here we go. Okay, one there, and this time it should just drop right out for us. And here we go.
Nice.
So then if that corner needs to be a little bit sharper, you can do that with a 3/16 diamond bit, and you can make it anything that you want. You know, but being able to do that and get that out, because let's just say we needed this piece of glass, but we needed this gone. So, you know, actually that kind of, if I do that and put that there, that looks like a dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. And this would be Mary, because there's her tail. Ruff, 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 ruff.
Oh, there you go. That's cute. Isn't
Okay.
it cute? All right.
All right,
that's
hold on.
enough
We
of
got to
that.
cut a waggly tail.
Okay, wait a minute.
We got to cut a waggly tail. This probably won't work because I want to do it. That's all. Right there. That's what Miss Mary says when she sees you. She's happy. Are you happy? She's a baby girl.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, you can do that, and you can do that many different ways. You can cut a star. You can cut a heart. All of it's done that way with just that little curve. And the best way to get that little curve is to actually turn the glass while your cutter's rolling forward. Remember that when you're scoring your glass, if your cutter's moving forward, it's very similar to the steering wheel of your car. If your car's moving and you're turning the steering wheel, it's much easier than it is when you're sitting there trying to turn the wheel. If you're rolling forward, the wheel turns a lot easier. So anyway, just a little something to remember, guys. I hope that helps somebody.
Robin has a question
Hey, Robin.
about that. When you cut an inside corner, does it create a weak spot that's more likely to crack in the future?
It does if you try to cut it out without that little curve in there and clean it up. It does put a weak spot in it. The other thing is sometimes what'll happen in order to get that out is you would have to drill a hole right here. And when you drill that hole, then you run the glass into that hole. You run the glass into that hole, but that still gives you the weak spot. And back before the saws became a little more different than they are now, back in the 70s when I started in the glass industry, the saws were a lot different, and we had a lot more breakage cutting out outlets and mirrors for mirror walls and things. But now the saws, I guess in the 90s, they came out with hole saws, and they started punching round holes in mirrors, and then they gave you a tool that would cut the sides off and square it up, and the breakage stopped. I mean, it all but stopped just by this
Corner.
tool.
And
Yeah,
the corners being round.
by the
and
corners
not
being round and not being 90. Yeah.
notched.
Yeah, and you know when you got a mirror that's 5 foot and by 10 foot, and you go to stand it up on the wall and it comes apart, it's not something that you want to be around to do, but it does happen. But after like I said, after the hole saw came out, the round hole saw, then a lot of things changed in the glass industry. So, and that was just a really simple, like little $1,000 tool, but it saved not only materials, but it probably saved several lives too, I would imagine.
Kelly said that was a great explanation on the 90-degree turn.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Well, thank you
Streeter.
guys. I hope that worked out. I was just kidding with you about the 90-degree curve because we talked about it, and you said, "I bet you could do that tonight if you wanted to."
I said, could you?
Could you?
Would you? Because I have people ask about it.
Well, I don't mind doing it, and I can get it steeper and smaller, but you have to. Again, guys, if you'll take when you're holding the glass. What's going on there? Well, when you're holding
Here,
the.
you wanted me to do it.
Well, no, I always put my fingers underneath the glass, and I can feel the glass does a lot of things. when I do that. So if I'm, this is my personal cutter, guys. You know how you can tell? Because it's been modified to make me comfortable 6 hours a day cutting glass. But so I just depressed my head. Now this is a small inside curve, but the reason I did this is because I want to show you that I'm gonna come in here with my silver snit, but I'm just gonna put my fingers over top of my score and under my score so I can feel it. And I felt that run right to there. And now I can go back here and I can take my grousers and I can put my knuckle under here and I'm gonna pull down. Just like that. Now that run went all the way down to there. And now what do? I can take my running pliers and turn them upside down and that comes right out just like that.
Barbara Cadwell said that you are the glass whisperer.
What?
What?
Thank you, Barbara. You're too kind.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Well, there you are. There you are again. All of a sudden.
Boom! There it is.
Gosh, I got so many things going on right now.
What's happening? Tell me all about it. Oh, well, you know what? September 15th is next Monday.
Yeah, we filed an
Tax day.
extension this year because we've had all these medical things. And so taxes are due Mondays. And I've been deep in the books the last couple of weeks. And I've been
But she's
very
almost there,
busy.
y'all.
No, I'm not.
I've been trying to stay out of her hair.
And then I have to finish the others. But anyway,
And then
that's what I'm doing.
we'll have a class all weekend, so that's going to be fun.
Newsletters coming out soon with the new classes will be on it.
Oh, that's right.
We have a pumpkin class, November 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, that's
Coming up.
Saturday and Sunday.
Ornament classes the whole month of October. We still have some availabilities, and we'll have more in November and December. So there's that schedule come out, that newsletter come out, and all of the things we've got to have going on.
Right,
will be
and
in
then
the
we'll be,
newsletter.
and then we're going to try and squeeze in a during the week lead class, so Thursday, Friday lead class if we can. So
I think that's already sold out, though, isn't it?
yeah, that I'm
We'll
sorry.
let you know if there's any availabilities on that.
Right, but that's pretty much. I think that's sold out.
But we're
Darn.
looking forward to this weekend too. I know. It's
Yeah, we are
not
looking
enough-
forward to this weekend.
Not enough hours in the day to get ready to have
Well,
fun.
it is to have fun. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you guys are the greatest because it takes us a while to get ready for this too, and then of course last week's video where you got to meet Ray, and I hope everybody got to meet Ray and watch the video, and because if you haven't, it's still up there, and you're talking about
have fun.
get ready to meet two very super people of Ray and Susie. So.
Our town is Halloween town in the month of
In October. Yeah, it's coming
but
up.
they've
Yeah.
already started the Halloween decorations. I was driving home and they've got the gargoyles out, and they've
Oh,
got
y'all, our
a
town is-
huge pumpkin in downtown Conway right now.
What? Where'd you see
it's like
that
the
today?
biggest pumpkin that's ever. Yeah, I saw it on the news. So
Okay.
make plans to come to Conway, and if it's October, we have Halloween, and then at Christmas, it's a wonderful, wonderful Christmas town.
It is. It's gorgeous.
So
it's gorgeous.
those two holidays, and then Valentine's Day is big too. So we have a great little town and a lot of fun here.
Yeah. So hey, Tim, that's just personal choice, man. When back in the day, we had several stained glass artists working for us, and you get 2 or 3 people in there doing this.
Or 10.
Or 10. It's my personal choice. I do tap periodically, but you don't really hear me tap. It's not very often that I need to tap.
He
I
taps
use my
when he
pliers.
has to, though.
I tap when I have to,
Yeah.
and I am a good tapper.
But we had a teacher that That's what he taught. He taught.
He
that's
taught
how
the
to-
tapping.
and everybody was tapping.
Ed Simpson.
Yeah.
God bless his soul.
Yeah.
You know, he told Barbara one time, he said,
Yeah.
I have, you
My
tell
very
the story.
first-
Go ahead, you tell
My
the story.
very first stained glass panel, it was a little panel about this big, about 6.5 by 10 inches.
Right, it was
But
about 40 years ago.
It was going vertical, and it was a sailboat. And so I did a sailboat with a pink sky and, you know, kind of purpley blue water. And he looked at me after I finished it, and it was copper, you know, copper patina. And he said, "Who's ever seen a pink sky?" And I thought,
Probably him, because he's a retired Navy.
You've never seen a pink sky. I didn't say anything, but he hurt my feelings.
He did.
Yeah, he hurt my feelings. But I don't know why he hurt my feelings. I should have just said, I have. But
Yeah.
that was my very first panel.
Yeah, Ed, bless his heart.
Bless his heart. Okay. Tim Corey, would you mind sharing how you achieved the cloth drape effect on your Easter cross?
Yeah, Tim's talking to Cheryl.
Okay, Cheryl.
Yeah, and
I see.
that's
I
awesome
see.
how you did it. So, yeah, you can explain it to Tim. You can explain it to the whole all the viewers if you'd like. So.
Yeah, go ahead and type that in there, Tim, if you'd like to. I wish we could put you on the microphone. Reed said the Meet Ray video was enjoyable. It was really nice to see the ninja and wife up close and hear their stories. Well done. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Paul said sometimes he stares at a curve and needs to be cut, and with his
Does it
silver
happen?
schnit in his hand, and thinks, "What would Ed do?"
Oh, Paul, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah.
WWED.
So does Kelly. Kelly looks at, "What would Ed do?"
Well, those of you coming to the class this weekend, we'll find out.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Ed.
I am looking forward to meeting everybody in the class this weekend. I just got to thinking about that all three of our students for the lead cane class are coming from out of town this weekend. So, and that is just, that's really making me smile here. Hey, let's cut some pink glass.
Okay,
Everybody
let's cut
likes
some
pink.
glass.
Everybody likes pink. Now this glass is a little bit difficult to cut.
Okay.
And it really is, because this is a Kokomo here, and so this is their gold ruby and white, and this is really just a beautiful color of glass. So let's use our square and see how that does. So you know the square, if your glass is at a square, it'll tell you. See that? It'll tell you. And the reason I like this is because before I sell a piece of glass, I can at least square it up for the customer, and they'll be able to enjoy it a lot more and without getting tagged. So in this glass, you can see the colors stacked up. See that? See the cranberry or the gold pink running through, and then the white and the gold pink and gold pink and white. When you have these colors stacked up like that, when these colors are stacked up, you may or may not hear it like that. We didn't hear that. And I probably can't hardly see the score, but there it is right there. Now, this happens not that often to me, but it happens often to some of you viewers that cut glass. And the reason that happened is I had my silver schnitz not directly on top of the score, but off to the right. And so because that little button there wasn't lined up, it gave me this really ugly flare here. And that, y'all, is not what we want. Now, if this were my pattern, Okay, if this were my pattern, like that. If this were my pattern, and I wanted to keep this piece of glass, then my glass cutter wheel would be on the inside of that black line right there. Not out here. Not out here. On inside that black line right there. And this is my pattern. And now I know when I get down here, I'm going to go around here, but it's not going to break for me that way. It's going to be two different breaks. But now watch this. I'm going to depress my head, and I'm going to stay right against my black line. This is cutting your pattern. You've just marked this, even though I drew it. Sorry about that. Even though I drew it, I'm pretending that I marked a pattern. Okay? And I'm pretending that to make a point to you to...
Ed, over.
Oh, I'm sorry. First thing we're going to do is straighten this up. And we're going to straighten this up. Just like that. Hopefully this will pop. And it did. And now we're going to take... I can see the run. It's right here. I'm going to drop in behind this. I'm going to try and run this a little bit more. Now when this gets down here, it's probably going to go head over this way. But if in fact, maybe I can get this started like this, it's probably going to break right here too. Yeah. And the reason it did that is because this is its weakest point. So I'm pulling down here trying to get this to run around there a little bit. But when I pulled down and this finally gave, your grousing pliers are very hard to control. So it just went to its weakest point. And this happens to me, it happens to you, it happens to all of us. Okay. So I just got that running again. Did you hear that? I could take a breath now if it's all right with y'all. And then we're just going to, just like that. Now I want you to see, the black line is on the piece of glass that I don't need, okay? My pattern, I might have to clean this up a little bit, but with the grinder or whatever, but this will fit my pattern. And remember, the black line is left on the piece of glass that I don't need. See that? Just like that. I hope that helps you and really eliminates the problem trying to figure out which side of the line that you cut on, because it's quite simple.
Okay.
It's quite simple.
Barbara has a question.
Hey, Barb.
Some of the old foreign glass that she has comes 2 millimeter thick to 6 millimeter thick. The only way to get the thick part to break is to whack the cut line on the corner of the table. Is there any other way?
Well, hang on. Let me fix my hair for you. Well, there is, but the 6 millimeter, which is 1/4 of an inch, that's really the only way to pop it like that. They make tools, pliers, and running pliers for 1/4 inch and thicker glass, but the running pliers are about $500, and the what are called duckbill nippers for the 1/4 inch glass are about $300 now, I guess. So use as much of the 2 millimeter and 3 millimeter as you can. And the 6 millimeter, if you have to use it, pop it on the edge of the table and just be careful, that's all.
Yeah, because it's a lot thicker. It's twice as thick as what you used to cutting.
Yeah, so 3 millimeter is 1/8 of an inch, and then you have your 6 millimeter, which is going to be your 1/4 of an inch.
Okay. Paul could not quite believe that pink glass. I think the pink glass is hard for people to cut.
It is. It's very difficult. And if Paul, I know you told me in the email you threw it all away, but if you got a piece of it, bring it with you this weekend, please.
And you have some to practice on, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pink glass is not always, doesn't always do what it's supposed to do, whether it's for me or anybody else. And of course, to see that tile that you had, Paul. But a lot of times, I've found over the years is cut on a hard surface that the gridded platform moves around too much for me, and the glass slides on it. So you're not in one place. You're moving around, which is causing your scores to fail and everything else. So you just have to be real careful with it.
Thank you all tonight for the super chats and super thanks. And
Yeah, guys, thank you for everything.
thank you for showing up and sharing your information with everyone and helping
There's another
others.
question down
Do
the
we have
bottom.
another
Kelly's
question?
got a question.
On Facebook, it's being taught to oil a score to make it run. What are your thoughts?
Everybody does everything different. You put a little bit of oil in your cutter when you first get it, and then you put oil in your cutter periodically after that. It's not something that's etched in stone. A lot of people use a lot of oil because they put too much pressure on their glass cutter, and you guys know that if you just depress the head, you're rocking. So
We always use less oil because we don't like to work with slippery glass.
and I don't like my hands getting
We
all
don't like our
slippery.
hands slippery and that type of thing. When you cut a circle, you do oil that circle before you cut it.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, you oil the circle, and the oil is on the circle when you score it.
So we have that in a video. So if oiling the cut helps you, it just
Right.
seems like an extra step if it's not necessary. But you do need a little oil in your cutter.
And your cutter, yeah, because what happens, guys, it's not the wheel that messes up on your glass cutter. It's the little pin that holds it in the socket there that gets corroded, and that's what causes your cutter to skip.
So I want to thank everyone for.
I want to thank Barb.
I want to thank Ed for answering all the questions and those great demos. Those glass cutting demos
Wow,
are
Barb.
always so good, and everybody looks forward to them, Ed.
Oh, thank you. You guys are way too kind. That's why.
Yeah, they love you. And so we'll see you next Monday at 7 o'clock, and look for some more videos this week. Tell your friends about us.
Right.
Share our videos. Give us a thumbs up. Like us. Subscribe if you're not
Right.
a member.
And if you do have
It
questions during the week, we do have videos out there that you can look up, and they're in sequences so that you can find them.
Oh, there's a question there. Can you sawdust for putty removal on cane projects?
Yes, sawdust is a great thing to polish your cane with. Just a little bit of it, though. You only need like a half a cup for a big window. But polish it, move it around. Just keep moving it. Before you know it, that window's going to be gorgeous. Yeah, we used to have a lumber yard behind the store, and I would use his oak and his different sawdust to polish our windows. And oh my gosh, they were pretty.
So I want to
And it helps dry out the glazing. So
thank you, Ed, for all your help tonight. And we will see you guys next week, 7 o'clock,
Monday night.
night. We'll
Eastern.
see you later.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. We love y'all.